Welcome to the Golf Spotlight. I'm Ralph Irvin, coming to you from our golf shop studio, and today we are talking about one of the most highly anticipated drivers of the year, the TaylorMade SIM2. And we will learn about it from the man who knows everything there is to know about this club. You don't want to miss this, but before we get into it, I ask you to click on that red subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss an episode of the Golf Spotlight. And comment down below, how old is your driver, and are you ready for an upgrade? Now, let's talk about the all-new SIM2 driver from TaylorMade Golf, and here to give us the grand tour is TaylorMade's Vice President of Global Product, Brian Basil. Brian, it's great to talk with you once again.
Always love talking to you, Ralph.
A year ago, you introduced the SIM driver to deliver speed and improved aerodynamics. Now for 2021, you introduced the SIM2 with the promise of more forgiveness?
Yeah, definitely. Forgiveness is at the forefront of a lot of things we do. I mean, it's one of these areas that golfers all can benefit from, even the best players in the world. So forgiveness is about, hitting it straighter. It's about doing it more often. It's about getting better ball speed on off-center shots. So those are some of the benefits that you're going to see in SIM2.
This club is essentially built in 4 pieces, and to me, the key to them all is the forged aluminum ring that literally brings everything together.
Yeah, every piece is critical, right? I mean, the face, which is the portion of the head that's titanium, that's what's coming in contact with the golf ball. So hypercritical to get that right, the flexibility of it, the durability of it. I mean, in this case, we still have twist face on the front of it. We have the machined back of it, so the precision of it is there. And then now we're injecting our speed injection through the toe. So we're getting every one of those heads up to the legal limit. So there's a lot of technology in that. But to your point, Ralph, the forged ring in the back, the aluminum, 7075 aluminum, that's also milled, so really precise part. I have it here right in front of me. This thing is what binds the whole driver together. So the carbon crown and the carbon sole, full carbon sole, all obviously very lightweight, including this ring, which is lighter than titanium, is allowing us to construct this driver unlike any other driver made previously. And by doing it this way, it's freeing up more weight that allows us as engineers to put it where we want and to increase the performance variables that help golfers. In this case, forgiveness by putting a big tungsten mass in the bottom, tungsten or steel, depending on the head, and also keeping that very fast aerodynamic shape, which tends to want to bring the center of gravity up, which by using these materials, we allow ourselves to keep the center of gravity down, which gives you great launch conditions.
The next innovation is a one-piece carbon sole. This is extremely unique and quite the fabrication.
Yeah, it's a beautiful part. It's 9 layers of carbon fiber. Each layer is essentially 0.1 millimeters thick. The final layer is about 0.2 millimeters, but it's strong, it's durable. It also helps for sound because of the strength of the curvature of that carbon. So we really manage our sound, which sound is feel when it comes to golf products. So you're right, the sole, that full carbon sole is really key and critical, a beautiful part. Honestly, when it comes to mass and where you put mass, you want to put it in the far extremities. You want to push it out from the center. The center of mass is there. It is in the middle. That's where the driver will balance on. But where that mass is distributed is key to performance.
Because you make these pieces so lightweight, you're actually able to place the weight where you want it to be.
Exactly. And in this case, in these drivers, we're actually kind of splitting the mass. So some of it is going sort of low forward and some of it is going really low back. And in the case of the SIM2 Max, the majority of it is all low back. But in the case of the SIM2, where it spins a couple hundred RPMs lower, some of that mass is more in the front. So we'll split a little bit more of it. But yeah, essentially that's the key. That's the recipe for success.
One area where you're definitely able to save weight is with that black satin carbon crown on top.
Yep, that black carbon crown, it saves us about 6 grams. It is ultra lightweight. It's the highest part of the golf club. It allows us to get that center of mass down, which helps for launch conditions. At the end of the day, this driver, the sweet spot of it is not only is it bigger than the previous SIM product, but it's positioned in a way where people most often hit it, which is low heel to high toe. And so again, all these little components, these four pieces we just talked about, maybe we'll get into the face a little bit more, but they're all constructed to deliver that performance.
You teed me up perfectly because you mentioned the face and talk about the face cup, twist face, the speed injection ports. Really, this is a culmination of all of your successful tech in recent years. It all comes together in this one single piece.
Yeah, these things don't go away. And we talked about that previously, Ralph. I mean, we build off of these technologies, and this face, and I have it here in front of me here, it has a ton of technology. And we didn't even mention the loft sleeve that goes and gives you plus or minus 2 degrees of loft, allows you to change the face angle. You know, most drivers today have that, but it's still critical to dialing you in custom fitting. But we talked about the milled face in the back, this 911 titanium, super strong, super light, the speed injection through the toe. And the one other part I didn't talk about is the speed pocket in the sole, which it's a through slot speed pocket. It adds to the flexibility low on the face and drops some unwanted spin. So to your point, Ralph, I mean, you take a tour around this thing, there are so many technologies just in this one piece. You know, at TaylorMade, obviously, we're going to keep pushing the envelope, keep experimenting and delivering more and more each year. That's our job.
You alluded to it briefly in mentioning the SIM2 Max, but there are 3 different models with the SIM2, SIM2 Max, and the SIM2 Max Draw. What are the differences?
So basically in the SIM2, it's our lowest spinning package. The faces have gotten larger than the previous SIM. We did step away from movable weight momentarily to give you this extra performance and extra forgiveness. But in SIM2, you're going to get the lowest spin performance and still a lot more forgiveness than the previous SIM. Now, in the SIM2 Max, you are going to maximize that inertia, the stability of the head, which means those off-center shots are going to really stay stable, and you're going to get the most benefit when you unfortunately have that missed shot. Shape-wise, it's pretty similar, SIM2, SIM2 Max, but you're going to get a little bit more spin, and you're going to get a little bit more of that stability. In SIM2 Max D, the D stands for draw. So this is a draw bias product. So if you fight a slice, this is the one for you. Again, this head is even bigger. The face is even larger than the SIM2 and SIM2 Max. The D type essentially gives you more draw bias, a little bit more spin, and just a little bit larger face to make contact with.
And you have a ton of shaft offerings available.
We do. We have the Tensei Raw Blue from Mitsubishi. We have the Ventus. We've got the Hazardous RDX. In ladies, we have the Alta NV Blue. So a lot of great options across the board. These companies make great shafts.
Even though I love the black and blue coloring, if someone doesn't like that, you even offer customization with My SIM2.
We do. A fun project here. I mean, we just talked about how we deconstructed this whole head and made it in a different way. Well, it also has allowed us to personalize or give you the opportunity to personalize it. Different color of the ring, different color of the paint, or even the paint fills or little accents. I mean, you can really make it your own.
Brian, there's a lot for folks to take in. If they want to learn more about the SIM2 driver or anything from TaylorMade Golf, where should they go?
Well, TaylorMadeGolf.com, of course.
Brian, thank you so much for taking the time to join us once again.
Thanks, Ralph. Appreciate it.
I want to thank Brian Basil for joining us here on the Golf Spotlight. Once again, please click the subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you never miss one of our exclusive features. Have questions? Leave a comment down below and we will reply. Follow us on Twitter at Golf Spotlight and get the latest from us on Instagram at The Golf Spotlight. And listen to the Range Podcast, where we do deep dives into your favorites in golf by talking to the men and women who help make them possible. Finally, we want to thank you for joining us here on the Golf Spotlight, where we continue to give you the information that you need for your next golf purchase.